All right, so this is a good problem to have. Let's talk about that next. Hello everyone, this is Dwayne with Edge of Nowhere Farm, and we're coming to you here today on a breezy early April afternoon in 2019. Now, we've got a few updates that we owe you guys, and this isn't really necessarily an update, but we had to show you the explosive amount of fruit set that we're getting this year. My goodness, let me tell you what, we had the coldest winter that Lori and I have had since we've been out here in Whitman. In fact, I would say since I've been in Phoenix for the last 20 plus years, it was one of, if not the coldest. We clocked a lot of chill hours. And of course, all the varieties we have, they have a low chill hour requirement, meaning the hours below 45 degrees in order to set fruit. However, they do better as they get more. And I'll tell you what, this Aprium, oh my goodness, we actually have been in front of this Aprium before. In fact, last year, I'll link it. So we did a harvest video on this, and you know, we got a few dozen fruits off of this tree last year. This year, oh, it is out of control. I'm gonna have Lori slide in. It's a nice big tree, so we got a lot of growth on the tree. However, I want her to slide in and just see the fruit set. We have fruit all over the place. So this is just one branch, one small area. We've got what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, coming back down. 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34. Okay, so there's 40, 50 fruit right here in this small section. And if Lori wants to back up and take the rest of the tree in, that is literally on every single branch on this tree. Truly amazing. So now what we need to do, of course, this tree is about 3 years old. So we put this in a little bit later than the rest of our trees, but it's a full-size tree, as you can see. We're probably looking at about 10 feet tall, at least 10 to 12 feet across. We do keep a nice big open center, so the fruit's gonna evenly ripe all around this tree. But the challenge is, as nice and big as the tree is, it can't support this much fruit. I don't know that we'll necessarily have a problem with breaking branches, but I'm not gonna take a chance. More importantly, what I want full fruit development. So we want those fruit to be as big and gushy, delicious as they possibly can be here in another few weeks. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through and thin. We've done thinning videos before. In fact, I'll link a video here. I believe it was a peach video that we did thinning on before, and we talked about how to go through and decide what to thin and what not to thin. What I'm going to do for you here is make it short and simple. These branches are pretty good size. The fruit themselves are going to get about twice this size. They don't weigh a tremendous amount, so these branches can support quite a bit of weight. Also, the fruit itself is not going to get real big. So what I'm looking at is I'm looking at probably about 2 to 3 inches between each of the fruits, so that way I don't have a whole lot of fruit in one clump. Also going to look at doubles. So let's go ahead and thin this if Lori wants to slide back in. So I don't have any doubles here, so I'm not worried about doubles. I'm going to just concentrate on this branch. So we've got 5 fruits here. So looking at this, what I'm going to do is make a few of you cringe. I'm going to lose this one, and this one. That is now thinned. So I've got plenty of space for that to turn into a golf ball here, plenty of space for this to turn into a golf ball here, and I took out the fruits that were really crowding these two. So going to give plenty of opportunity for these fruits to fully develop. I want them nice and juicy and sweet, so fully develop and have no chance of having a problem with this branch. So looking at these, I've got 2, they're about the same size. I want to make sure I've got that sunlight coming onto the fruit though to make sure it's fully ripened. I'm going to lose the fruit on the bottom. I've got 3 fruits all together. They're all way too close. So this one here I'm going to lose. Yeah, those would have grown into each other and stunted each other. There's another one down here that might be hard to see. I'm going to go ahead and lose that one there. Looking at those two, you know, they're awfully close together, but they're facing different directions on this branch. So this one's going to grow down this way. This one's going to grow out this way. I'm going to go ahead and leave those. I think we're okay. I've got basically a double here. I'm going to be cautious. Twist off that bottom. I am twisting, not pulling. So I should clarify that. I twist those and don't pull, so I don't take a chance of hurting that one. Coming back to the tip of this branch, both of these fruits are on opposite sides of this branch. It's pretty small, so I don't want to take a chance of losing it. I'm going to go ahead and lose that fruit on the bottom. I've got sunlight coming in there. Open center, we talk about an open center tree. I have sunlight coming in on this side. pretty clearly on this fruit back here. You can see the shadows that's actually being made. Because of that open center, I have sunlight coming through. I'm gonna get a really, really good, nice, even ripening on that fruit. This one's completely shaded on this side, so like you guys probably guessed, he's gone. I've already done a lot of thinning. It's on the ground. I don't know. I didn't keep count, but I've got probably a dozen fruit or more on the ground. All I've done is this section of this tree. Lori and I have a lot more work to do this afternoon. Okay, so Lori and I are done. So it took us about 10 minutes or so not too bad, but we came through and we thinned a lot of fruit off of here. I'm guessing at least 100 or 200 fruit we took off of this tree, and that was probably about 30% of it. Take a look down on the ground. You can see what we took off the tree. You can see the size too. So these are all about the size of I'd say a large olive is about the size of these fruit, which is about the time you want to take them off. Because the reality is, before they get to this size, any strong wind coming through here will give you a heavy fruit drop. We've had some strong winds already come through this past week, so we're really not too concerned that we're going to have any more fruit drop. So just want to thank you for joining us today. You know, if you haven't done so already, hey, subscribe to the channel. You know, we cover a lot of things here on the channel. One of the things that we are going to be covering heavily is our move. So we're going from this 1-acre property to a 6-acre flat piece of desert land, turning that into a functioning farm. But you know, we talk about fruit trees, livestock. We do raise livestock, although not this time of year. We'd love it if you would join us. Check us out on Instagram and Facebook. We post things there that you won't see here on the YouTube channel. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section down below. Lori and I would love to interact with you there. So just want to thank you for joining us today and remind you, if we can farm on the edge of nowhere, so can you.